1917. This is Sam Mendes' latest film. It's a frightening one. It stars Dean Charles Chapman and George McKay. This film, you gotta stick around to the end on this one because I have something very special to say about it. And I'm gonna do that on my next conservative take. My name is Kyle, and if you're unfamiliar with the way I do my movie reviews, please click the link above, and that will explain everything. As always, I will be talking about spoilers in the spoiler section, so please be mindful of that. So 1917 is a war film starring Dean Charles Chapman as Lieutenant Corporal Schofield and George McKay as Lieutenant Corporal Blake. These two gentlemen are sent on a mission which for all practical purposes is a suicide mission. And it is a very, very powerful story, but it's pretty simplistic in what it's trying to do. That's why I'm giving this a 7 in the category of plot and story. However, there are a lot of surprises in this film. I'm going to mention those as we move on with this review. For the category of emotional impact, I'm going to give this film a 7. The main reason why I'm going to do this is because these characters just fall into your lap at the very beginning and you don't know anything about them. There's not much exposition on who they are, what they're trying to do, but you're caught up in their adventure early on. The key elements to emotion in this film is simply the direction and how the suspense is almost unrelenting. So this could have been a higher score if you had a better vested interest in the characters, at least early on. For the category of intangibles, this film gets the highest score. That's going to be a 10. I can't stress this enough. This film is incredibly well made, and when you watch it, you almost are in awe that Sam Mendes, the director, was able to pull this thing off. They dug over a mile worth of trenches for the film. That's incredible. So, the intangibles are everything in this film. There's nothing that is out of place. The main reason why it gets to 10 is because it's shot all in one shot. So you follow these two characters and you basically are with them the entire time, and you are never seeing the perspective outside of their perspective. So you're right there with them in the trenches alongside of them, and stuff happens, sometimes totally random, and it's shocking, it's exciting, it's very suspenseful, it's very well made. It's an incredible piece of art. It's an incredible film. For the category of watchability, this film gets an 8. It's an easy watch. It is about 2 hours and some change, but it flows through. Again, you're following these characters all the way through. You may want to pause it at some point to get a break because it does get to be a little intense and a little bit scary, quite frankly. It's almost like it's a horror film in some parts because war really is horror. So this film is very watchable. I'm not sure how many times you want to watch it, but you would definitely want to recommend it to somebody. It's probably one of the best World War I films ever made, going all the way back until All Quiet on the Western Front. That's a good film too, and it's almost just as shocking. So for my overall score for 1917, I'm going to give this a 9. A very, very high score for a very, very good film. I touched on this on the intangibles, but it really has a lot to bring to the table. It has action, it has suspense, it has drama, it has horror. It has it all. And then once you get to know the characters, then you really, really are brought into the story even that much more. And once you understand the stakes of what's trying to happen, you really, really begin to really get on the edge of your seat. And the way the director kind of drags things out, because you're with them the entire time and there's no cut. So you can't just hurry to the part that you want to get to. And it is just, it's really unsettling. So yes, this film's a 9. It's a masterpiece. It's going to be talked about for decades to come. And so a 9 for me is an absolute appropriate score. So now we're on to my conservative take, so please be mindful of spoilers. For this film, 1917, my conservative take for this will be a go. A go strongly because it does an excellent job of honoring the people who fought in this sometimes forgotten war. World War I is always in the shadow of World War II. Well, it is a horrific war that had a big impact in Europe, and of course it led to World War II. But this film is about two gentlemen who are in charge of a mission, who are supposed to go X number of miles to warn another division that they're about to fall into a trap. And it's just these two. And you have Schofield and you have Blake. Blake has a brother who's on that side of the battle where they want to warn. So there is even more personal things at stake here. And so along the way, they encounter all kind of mischief and horrible things, and some nice things too, I must say. However, I'm not going to mention any of that because it's best you watch this movie blind. There's no reason to spoil anything. Just watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. You're with these characters all the step of the way, and it becomes really, really harrowing to say the least. So in terms of conservative take, I would say that this film definitely has values of loyalty, honor, determination, and courage. It's something that people can see, especially younger people can see, and understand that they should appreciate people who fought before them for the freedoms that we currently have. And that's why I like war movies, especially ones that are done tastefully, which this one definitely qualifies. And so with that, I would say recommend you to go. It is an R-rated film. There is some graphicness to this, some bad things in this film in terms of just violence. But again, it's in the context of war, so it's well done, and I can't see why I would say not to go see that for those reasons. So for my final take, I give 1917 the second highest score for any film this year by me. That's going to be 17, which translates to 3.5 stars and a go for my conservative take. Check this film out. Be prepared to be shocked, surprised, things come out of nowhere, and, well, I won't say what I want to say, but I'll let you check it out for yourself. So yes, this film is going to be around for a while. In the annals of history, I think it's going to be one of the best World War I films ever made. In fact, it's probably one of the best films ever made. And in terms of the one-shot genre, it definitely does a good job there as well. But the big question is this. Have you seen 1917? Do you want to see it? Let me know if you have, because I'm curious to know if you give it such a high score as I do. Most critics do, but you never know because, like I said before, movies aren't quantifiable in terms of likes and dislikes. It's all about opinion. So I'd be curious to know. If you like the content on this channel where I take culture, TV, and movies and filter it right, please click that like and subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any future content. And as always, please check out some content that I have right here.